Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Grace, where everyone loves coffee and everyone needs God's grace. Today I've got my Hey There Pumpkin Autumn mug, and I've got just regular pour-over coffee with sweet cream. And what you got? What you got in your cup? You sitting down? You ready for devotions? Because we're just going to jump right in. We are doing True Bravery, learning to follow God's lead. And we're on day number 3 of 6. So if you missed a couple, you can go back and watch them. And this is day number 3, and then we'll be back again next week for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to finish this one up. So today is do not fear or be dismayed. So we're just going to jump right in. The dictionary definitions of strong and courageous read like this. Strong, having the power to move heavy weights or perform other physically demanding tasks, exerting great force, possessing skills and qualities that create a likelihood of success, powerfully affecting the mind, senses, or emotions, and able to withstand great force or pressure, not easily disturbed, upset, or affected. And then courageous is an adjective, not deterred by danger or pain, brave. And then one of the many references to strength and courage in the Bible reads like this. Be strong and courageous. Do not fear or be in dread of them, for it is the Lord your God who goes with you. He will not leave you or forsake you. Then Moses summoned Joshua and said to him in the sight of all Israel, Be strong and courageous, for you shall go with this people into the land that the Lord has sworn to their fathers to give them, and you shall put them in possession of it. It is the Lord who goes before you. He will be with you. He will not leave you or forsake you. Do not fear or be dismayed. And that's Deuteronomy 31, 6 through 8. Spend some time soaking up these verses, reading them a few times silently and then aloud. What words stand out to you? What do they make you think about? Next, read these verses a third time and put yourself in the scene. How do you feel? What person can you relate to most? Finally, read the set of verses a fourth time. Ask Holy Spirit what He is revealing to you. What deeper meaning is He sharing with you now? What words stood out to you? Or what was your experience when reading these verses? And again, if you would like to comment on any of these items, feel free to comment. And if you just want to answer them yourselves or write them in your own little journal, that is perfectly fine. And today's verses are the ones that we just read, and I will read them again in the New Living Translation. So be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid and do not panic before them, for the Lord your God will personally go ahead of you. He will neither fail you nor abandon you. Then Moses called for Joshua, and as all Israel watched, he said to him, Be strong and courageous, for you will lead these people into the land that the Lord swore to their ancestors He would give them. You are the one who will divide it among them as their grants of land. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord will personally go ahead of you. He will be with you. He will neither fail you nor abandon you. And so that is the verses that we are supposed to think about today. So it says, if there was a deeper meaning, anything that stood out to you, put yourself in the scene. How do you feel? And what person can you relate to most? So there's Moses, who is saying these things to Joshua. So do you feel like you're Moses and you were to lead the people in, you were to do something, but now it's being passed on to someone else, and you're telling them, this is what you need to do? Or are you Joshua thinking, I better not screw this up because Moses was supposed to do it and he blew it, and now it's all up to me, and I need to trust God in this one, and I need to be strong and courageous. And because He's telling me those things, there's going to come up some things that I'm going to need to be strong and courageous about. Otherwise, he wouldn't be warning me about these things. And so I feel like I'm Joshua in this story here, where it's been a few years now that God gave me this as my yearly verse was be strong and courageous. And I did go through some hard times personally, in my personal being that year, where I needed to be strong and to be courageous and get through. And I did. And I'm continually growing and growing. And I just feel like on this journey that we're on in life, things are getting harder. Life here on earth is getting harder in daily life and as a whole, a country, the whole world is just struggling right now with a lot of different areas, and we need to be strong and we need to be courageous. And when things come up that we don't agree with, that we don't occupy our mind with those things, and that we stand firm on what we believe, and no matter what happens, we stand firm on those things. God will let us know how to stand on something, how to be firm, how to be strong and be courageous on something. And it may not be the same for everyone. We could have fellow Christians that think differently, or that God says, don't worry about this one. There's something more for you later. There's something different for you. But, he might be saying for me to stand strong and be firm on this subject. And so we can't judge others. We can't even judge other Christians in that this is our journey. This is my journey. And he wants me to stand firm in this area and for this reason. And that's what I need to do. And then someone else can stand firm in their own convictions and their own thing that God asks of them. So being strong and courageous in this day and age is very important, and you need to know what you believe so that when things come up, you can stand for what you believe in. And if you don't know what you believe in, you will waver in your faith, and you may go with the crowd. You may go with whatever feels good at the time. And when you need to stand strong and be courageous and be brave, sometimes that doesn't feel good. Most times that doesn't feel good. And so in this story here, that Joshua is being told to be strong and be courageous, and he's going to lead the people into the promised land, which was supposed to be Moses' job, and he blew that. So now it's all up to Joshua, and we know the rest of the story. But this is before he knew the rest of the story, so he has to trust God in and follow him, follow his lead, and trust and be strong and be courageous. And we need to do the same things. And so I think that is it for today. That's it for this week. And so next Tuesday we'll be back to finish up this devotion. It's a 6-day devotion. So I thank you for joining me this week and today, and I will see you again next Tuesday. God bless, and see you then. Bye.